All right, boys.
Let's do it.
We're live.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
Plus the threes. We just had the girls on. Hey, we've got the boys here now. We've got Bayley Martin, Royce Dunne, and the one and only James Newbury.
Actually, there's two. There's two James.
Okay.
My cousin is James.
One of two.
Yeah.
Really, James Newbury.
My cousin is
There's
James.
hundreds of Baileys and Royces though.
I mean, I don't know why he got a special
Yeah.
shout out. I felt
should've
bad
sat
doing
that
it,
seat, eh?
but I leant into it.
Love it.
Sweet. We'll just start things off with, before we get too involved in the cluster event, off-season, how's it looking, boys? I heard it's not much of an off-season? No?
Bayley.
Well, big Bailey's got a rogue. That's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
We saw the unboxing. Oh, you guys not going? Oh.
No. They only invite indies.
Oh.
So teams are scum. And then me and Critty did do the qualifier, but
Yeah.
we were just not in a state. It was fun. It was good. I'm glad I did it. But top 5 was not in reach for me.
Well, in terms of off-season, I'll have an off-season for the both of these guys because I've had an off-season for the last 2 years.
Right.
A constant off-season, that's
Can't
progressed.
wait for that on-season.
Yeah, the on-season hasn't come yet.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
39 Masters. Let's go.
No,
You're the busiest man in CrossFit right now, so...
Yeah.
Where's your local adventures been lately? I saw Royce asking where you were.
Yeah, so local adventures for the last 6 weeks, it was, so I did some events. I did High Rocks. I did High Rocks Sydney. The following weekend we were in Bali. The weekend after that we were back at High Rocks Melbourne. And then I flew straight from there back to Sydney to run a clinic on Sunday morning. And then after that we were in Newcastle. We ran a clinic there.
Yep.
Weekend after that one we had, can't remember where we were, but we were at another event. And then weekend after that I just got back from somewhere. I can't remember where I was, but I just got back from somewhere else. Right. And now we're here in New Zealand.
Yep.
After this weekend, we've got Turf Games next weekend.
Yeah.
And then after this weekend, we've got... I'm back. I've got clinics in Melbourne, then back to New Zealand that night.
Is it champs?
Nah, that was for the weekend that Redemption was going to be on. Now it's pushed back.
Yep.
Weekend after that, it's WA Affiliate Cup.
Okay.
Weekend after that, we've got Rookies Gym's got a comp on. Weekend after that, weekend after that's Melbourne. Weekend after that's Thailand for 11 days, and then weekend after that's game time, and then down under.
Nice.
Yeah.
You must be on there
brings
like...
us to 2050.
So what are you boys up to?
A few of the same things actually. So next weekend we got Turf Games.
Yeah.
Weekend after we were going to be back in Auckland, but we're having a bye week. And then after that, I'm terrible with the calendar. That's why I rely on Christy for all this. We got a bunch of off-season comps. We're doing. Obviously Bayley's got Rogues. That's like pretty much taking precedence.
That's the last weekend of October.
Yeah, so I think pretty much you'll find out early for that. He can talk about that in a second. He's flying out early for that, so that kind of takes up most of his time. Me and Christy have a bunch of off-season comps. We've got game time. I'm going to miss the New Zealand champs because I'll be having a baby at the time. My wife will. Our 4th baby, so that'll be pretty epic, and that'll be a busy back half of the year.
Yes.
And then Waterpalooza, down under Waterpalooza. More off-season comps than I've ever done before, but in a good way. Yeah, Tumor, there's tons. There's heaps. It's so good because a few years ago there was like nothing really on the Australian scene, and then now there's all these cool like regional comps, and then obviously New Zealand is so close that it's like easy to get over there now, get over here now, and do some stuff over here. So it's really cool.
Yeah, 100%. Bayley,
The big one.
Rogue.
Yeah,
Rogue, man.
Basically, Rogue. I've got Turf Games next weekend with these guys.
So that's a team of 3.
The Turf Games team of 6.
Team
3
of
men,
6.
3 women.
Right. Okay. And you
We're
3.
missing one.
No, we're on different teams.
Oh. Okay.
Jam's on a recreational team, having fun.
Yep.
Me, Bales, another boy from our gym, Jack Jeffrey,
Oh, I
and
see
then
him
Christy,
on your
Bronny, and
side,
Marnie. So we're going for the win. I hope we win. If we don't win, we're all retiring because that's a
Sweet.
disgrace.
As long as no one injures their elbow.
If we don't win, his ticket to Rogue is cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, Royce is going to cancel my flights.
Yeah.
Oh, how good.
Not training at Torian anymore.
What is training for Rogue? I'm just going to focus.
No, hit it.
Go for it,
Because Rogue is a huge competition. What does training look for there? Because that veers away from 2 off season. It becomes that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
Like, how do you you want to train for that? Surely.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Sweet.
I haven't fully settled into training for Rogue really, but I think after this I will be able to. Just because me and Marns have just moved into a rental for ourselves up in Brisbane, so we're not driving all the way to Torian. And
They got a spot. They got a spot too.
Yeah, I've just been all over the place with training, eating. Haven't been really looking after myself. So I think this comp and then the week leading into this comp, I've kind of slowly got back into it, like properly. But I don't know. I just hope everything plans out well leading up to Royce, because it's a big deal. It's like the game. Like everyone's good, and I don't want to get there and just be like, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
We saw you hitting the wall over there just before. You good? What happened?
I hit the wall a long time ago. I was just still hitting it.
It's a thick wall. It's a really thick wall.
Yeah. No, that Chester bar, what was it, 50, 40, down to 10. Chester bar, hang dumbbell snatch. Sync with these two. I did not feel fit enough. Just keep up with them.
I was trying my best to help you guys out. A couple of no reps. I was judging over.
we are.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing about, and I don't know if Royce has felt this too, but I think taking a good break after the games is so well needed, because if you come back after the CrossFit Games and you get straight back into training, you're screwed 3 months later. You might as well take a big break, feel unfit, be okay with feeling unfit for a period of time, give it 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, you'll feel superhuman again. But you do need to take the bounce back. You don't have the bounce back, you'll then feel that residual shit feeling come January, and that's right before when you want to start feeling fit again. So you're better off taking it now.
Or even earlier in Rogue.
And even earlier. You might as well take
That's
it.
the thing, like you're right, like Rogue is such a big deal, like it's a lot of money, great opportunity. It's a huge, you're right, it's not really off season anymore, it's kind of like on season. Having this dip now I think is really important and good for Bayley. Even just me and Christy doing the qualifier. And you have to be top 5. It's super competitive because an online qualifier, top 5 is like a tiny window. We didn't really think we'd do it and we'd make it. And doing the qualifier, we just felt so unfit, so crap. Like, it was just so emotionally draining. We're like, we're just not going to do it for fun. We're just going to get it done. It's to say we did it, and we did, and it was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun. We bought the shirt, all that stuff, right? Like the whole thing. And it's like, just like, don't worry about it off season. But to be actually going to Rogue, like, it's a lot hanging over your head because, like, there's a lot of pressure. You want to do well. It's like a second game. So, James is right. You got to just, like, how did we go? Like, we've been training, and Baylor's just been on the bike in the corner, kind of filming us, like, just hanging out, just being in the gym, not pushing too hard. That's really important. You got to let it bounce back, and then you'll have this ramp up, and you'll be feeling bulletproof. When you land in Texas and like get into have that little training camp with Jay, he's going over with Jay. Then you guys will start getting some stuff done for sure.
Fingers crossed.
The girls were saying, like, so it's interesting you say that, have that time off, but the girls are saying that there's even like a post-games sort of like, I think you coined it, post-games depression. Do you feel like comps like these are a good way, because you don't have to train for comps like these, but it's still a good show of fitness? Do you think like that's what makes these so important, to sort of keep the level of like, I like doing CrossFit, and it's cool to come to an event like this?
Every year that I took time off after, say, I took a bit of time after each Open. Open was done because it was I was running a gym at the time too. Take a bit of time off after the Open for a couple of weeks and not really do too much. Still train every day, but I'd always usually come back in with a comp of some sort. Either come back with an Ironman, or come back with a like some criterium races or a little circuit, or I'll come back with a little CrossFit comp, just something to get a bit of blowout. And it was usually non-CrossFit specific, so it didn't really matter whether I did well or not, because it wasn't really my thing. But it allowed me to push pretty hard. It was like, cool, this will be the entry into my next part of the phase of the season. But the thing is, all these periods of time where you do feel like shit, you're actually not any less fit. Your VO2 is probably within 5% of what it was, or probably even closer. Your strength numbers are all there. It's more mental. It's more like I mentally just don't want to have to pick up 160 kilo clean anymore. And it's just like, I just don't want to have to run a mile split at 5:30, and I just don't want to have to push myself to 50 pull-ups. You have the capability of doing it, but more mentally, you just need to relax the mind. And then the fitness is always going to be there. I remember there was a year where I didn't train for about 4 months, and then we went to the Invitational, and Ricky was supposed to be in that team, and I was coaching, and then he got pulled out, and I got put in, and I hadn't done any training since the CrossFit Games, and I put together a good amount of fitness within 2 weeks. Fitness doesn't go.
You guys won it.
It's just, I was in it, when we won it, and I was just in a good mindset on the week of the comp. But prior to that, I was in the worst mindset ever. I was depressed as hell.
Here's the trick too, like, the training is like 4, 5, 6 hours a day, but competing, it's barely an hour of a workout a day. Even at the games, you total all the working time, you'll be lucky to get to an hour and a half a day, and that's on the days when you run like the 5K and stuff.
Yeah.
So there isn't that much volume. You don't need to be. You train for an excess of fitness, but you only need a moment of like fire in your belly to put together a really good performance in a workout. And yeah, I agree. Like it's what we do. We don't do CrossFit for lifestyle. We don't do it for health. Those are some great benefits. And I will do that one day. Yeah. But we do it to compete. Yeah. And so competition is what motivates you. Having a competition lined up, that's what gets you back into it. Right when you're feeling like, man, do I even want to do this anymore? You get out there, you train with the boys, especially in a comp that's like, get a good push of some really good guys. Yeah. But it's not important. It doesn't matter if you lose. It won't affect your your placing. It won't affect your season. And so that gives you a chance to like go out there and be like, oh, this is why I love it again, and get after it.
Yeah. That's it. Is that leads me on to this next? You have got a competition coming up, Chrissy. It's pairs pickleball.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, so the day we got back from the games, we booked ourselves a mixed pair pickleball comp in our local area, and we are the fourth place team in fourth best mixed pair pickleball team under 3.0 in Mango Hill area. So
check that on the bio. Get it on the bio.
But that falls in, like you said, non-CrossFit specific tournaments.
Yeah.
I think that falls under the realm of that.
Yeah, it's definitely getting out of the gym, like James said, like Ironman's like that's not my cup of tea. I hate running. But mountain biking, we've been getting to that a lot because it was kind of a games thing. Like, train for mountain biking, and it came up obviously. But it was a crit race on the grass. Yeah. It wasn't mountain biking. Yeah. Doesn't mean but that's like an excuse to go mountain biking, and then it's a whole new sport that you love and you play. Pickleball, like we use it as a warm up before we train in the States. We ended up playing for 2 hours. Like it's just fun, and then you just want to train because you're in a better headspace because you're having fun and you're using your fitness. Yeah. The way it's supposed to be used outside the gym. So
Christy tells us you guys are heading to the courts after this.
We almost got him addicted. He wasn't loving it in the States because he was like prepping for the games and like wanted to do well and was like, no, I just want to train and get into it. But now there's no games looming over his head. He's been getting into it. We had a blast yesterday. And because we finished early this afternoon, we finished at like 4 p.m. We're going back.
Yeah, there it is.
We're going straight.
Yeah, we're going to try and tag along on
yes.
that. Yes.
See how we get on.
Yeah, man. All right.
We got a bit of. So are you still thinking about coming back for CrossFit Champs?
Oh yeah, we got some inside information.
We got some insights. Go.
Yeah, Dean's been asking me. I don't know. I don't like. To be honest, probably not because like I've got back from road and then I've got like NZ Champs, which is like will be the biggest competition. I want time off. I just want time off just because I've got like down under with these guys with Jay and Royce, and I don't want to be like wanting a break leading up to that when I still have to I don't want to let these guys down and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I've got Waterpalooza if I decide to go, and then you're already into the next season, and I don't want to just make the games again. So I'm not even guaranteed a spot. I still have to earn my spot again, and then same at the games, I might finish 20th next year. You just don't know. So I want to go over there and do better. So I don't know. I don't want to just keep trying to be I'll just do that comp, and then burn out. That's what I'm scared of. But so at the moment, no. But which sucks. But
I think the other thing too is the toll of just living out of a suitcase too.
Yeah.
The travel's hard on the body. The travel itself is hard on your body, but so is just not being away from home. It'd be another weekend of not eating the food you normally eat. Not getting the sleep you normally get, thrashing your body and living out of a suitcase. It's just you've just done that for a week and a half at Rogue.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's a big biggest comp in New Zealand. It's high stakes, and everyone's going to be expecting Bayley to win.
Yeah.
You got to win. You're the best in New Zealand. And then you got the stress, and it's just it's tough.
It doesn't become fun. I haven't competed against Ben since last year, Redemption, which would be cool, but I feel like I just want to not do anything, and then I've got to go perform and I know Ben's going to be feeling great. Yeah. He's not going to be I don't really do it.
He's coming. Yeah, that was where we were going.
Does it have anything to do with that, man?
No, I want to compete with Ben, but I feel like the next comp I would compete with him would probably be Torian. Because that's the only one I probably see him at. But I don't know. If it was later on, a little bit after Rogue or something,
it is pretty the whole from October, I suppose middle October to like just, I don't know, early December, there is so many fucking, like you already touched on it, so many competitions in Australia and New Zealand. It is unreal, man. And then you add in Waterpalooza and Rogue, it's like, it is actually jam-packed.
Yeah, like I've never done like a full season, and it was hard. Like normally, like you just do touring. Like I did touring, and then I was like, and I just chill after touring, and then I could do like whatever, I don't know, road qualifiers, Waterpalooza or something. But like carrying on through to the games, and then still trying to be better, and then trying to do well at the games. I've never done that before. That was my first season, so like. Took a toll. Like it's like mostly like mental, like because you have to stay focused and you do everything right, like food and training, and you're always worried about like little niggles, like shoulder injuries or knee injuries or something. You're just trying to stay healthy. And when it comes to like finishing the games, you just want to be like, okay, I don't have to worry about anything.
Oh, well, that's a good answer. We'll let you off. We'll see you next year.
Get that man a media pass.
Get
him over here for the Saturday to film. Sign some autographs.
That's it.
Coach Ben, give him some tips.
All right. So talking on the event today, how's the day been for you guys? Event-wise?
It's been mega. We've had a blast. It's been
so
good.
Fun. Yeah, it's been fun.
We started off with a bit of a leg burner. It was it was some shuttles.
No, it was one before that.
Well, the first one was fine. The first one was alright. That was the first one. Shot
You've already forgotten it.
Oh, that one, yes.
The row. It was supposed to be a run.
Yeah,
you guys rode
that's
instead.
right. It was all really cool. Like, I think the cool thing about coming here and doing this comp now is that you get to compete with a bunch of people you don't know. For me, I don't know a lot of the non-New Zealand crew apart from Bales. I competed against a couple of these boys before at Torian, but it's just good to get over and throw down in a team of three. It takes a lot of the pressure away. It's like a third of the pressure. And for someone who's the least fit in the team, I can hide a little bit, which is great. So it does help me a lot. So do it individual. It's usually really hard, a lot of pressure. You've got to do it all yourself, and you've got to really get into a different mindset. Team of two, a different mindset again. Team of three, it's another different mindset. So this is the least amount of pressure, but if you all have little bits of strengths and weaknesses somewhere, you can rely on the other person to do some extra work, and then when you feel good and you've got something that you excel at, you can then handball it and let them do some more. So it's kind of cool. Like low pressure, mega fun, and like Wellington's really turned the weather on. It's beautiful outside.
And the camera around.
That's fantastic.
Well, I think you said yourself it was supposed to be a run, but then but the run would have been really fun actually. I would have loved to have done the run, but the row is a good
Can we
pivot.
clip that? Royce said he wanted to do a run. Can we?
Royce's longest ever run.
Never tell Christy that I said that. We said it earlier. Like Dean always runs a good comp, but he always gets good guys involved. Like Luke with the programming, and James last year for Auckland. Even the Fowler boys for the Christchurch one. Like just outsources the programming to good people, and like even just the way they pivoted with the run to the row, and they did like a cool little you got to hold the barbell. They did a really good job of making it like still a fun workout that was still tough and. It's just a good, well-run show, you know. Like it's just people need to get the crowd out here a bit more, like in New Zealand. People need to come down and check out these comps because they're really. Dean does a really good job of running the stuff, and I think people really enjoy watching it. I like watching it. I like watching the other heats of when our girls are going. So it's been an awesome day. Lift, we've got a big lift coming up, which is like a real showstopper, like the lifting at the end of the day. It's cool. Like, you know, as athletes, you probably prefer to lift at the start, but for the show, finishing on a lift is pretty cool. So it should be some big numbers. And James is right. It's been really fun, like letting each other like just be different. You're having teammates to rely on. You don't have to worry about where your fitness is at. You know what I mean? Like Bayley carried us in that first workout. He single-handedly won the workout with his burpee box jump cycle speed. So that was pretty cool. And then workout 2, these boys did work. I was a mess on those lunges in the middle. That was the leg burner he was talking about, and boy, did it burn. And then we had this 3-person it was an AMRAP in 12 minutes. It's supposed to be the time. AMRAP in 12 minutes. It was like 50 down to 10. 3-person chest to bar, 3-person dumbbell snatch. And we started with 3 people. We finished the workout with 1.5 persons, I reckon. It was like the boys were dropping like flies out there.
I was judging on the heat next year, and Johan at the front, man. Like did 3 and he put it down. He's like, my back, and they're like, pick it up. He's like, no, I'm done.
It was all happening. It was my back. It was Bailey's like gut. He was like meant to throw up. James didn't even know what was happening. I'm telling him, you gotta stop, James. He's just going.
James is counting down on it.
Yeah, it was
I
all
think
happening.
I heard that too. He was come down to 3. It's like, Jesus.
He's like, on your own.
I haven't even landed on the ground yet in 3.
Yeah. That's right. It was a long 3.
Yeah, I was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep looking at me. 3.
2.
3.
2.5. 2. 1.5.
No, but it's mega. It's good fun.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been good watching you guys. And like you said before, it's good watching every single heat through the scaled intermediate and you guys.
Yeah.
Like I've been on the camera first time ever, and I find myself like not doing my job because I just would way rather watch that. To be fair, you guys,
Dean.
you guys are team
Pay
carry.
cut.
Not doing his job.
Oh, we can cut that.
Oh, we got a max out for you guys last workout. What's the strategy? Who's doing what?
Well, Royce, you going first?
It's a very organic decision for our team. Everyone flew into their role pretty nicely. I'm gonna hit the snatch. Big Bale's gonna hit the 3RM clean. I reckon he's probably got the best like touch and go clean between the three of us. He's real powerful. We probably got similar cleans, he and I, but he's got the best touch and go. I would give it to him on that. And then James has always been pretty famously good on a deadlift, so that's a natural one for him.
Yeah. Just the long arms. Just help me out. Don't have to move it so far.
Yeah.
Dangerous combos. What numbers are we looking at?
With the snatch, it's so funny. Like, it's hard. I never feel confident with my numbers on a snatch until I warm up, and then it's like, then I'll send it.
Yeah.
But if I had to be honest, I'll probably hit 20, 25, 30. And when I say I have to be honest, is I was going to say lighter than that, like maybe finishing on 120, but it'll probably feel better out there. I'm really banking on that. So 130 would be awesome to finish on.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably sneak in 3 lifts in 3 minutes because it's just 1 rep for the snatch and it's not that taxing.
Yeah, just
true.
I guess,
You really probably only get maybe 2 cracks at the cleans, right? You wouldn't get E-mom it.
E-mom, yeah.
What are we hitting? 140?
Royce, I asked Royce, I said, what would you hit? He said 150, so I'm going to just try to do 150.
You go 150.
Go 151. That's 1 kg more than Chrissy's
Christy's deadlift.
Christy's deadlift.
In fact, I'll just tell her to leave the bar out. Christy, leave that bar out when you're done. Oh, you leave it there.
Yeah, leave it out, mate. Yeah.
Leave it.
Put 2 clips on one
I'm
side.
going. I'm snatching. Leave it out.
And I'm picking James's weight. I've already said.
Yeah, you want to pick my weight. So 5RM daddy.
I reckon. Okay, I was a bit ambitious off camera. I reckon 215.
215?
Should be a good number, right?
What an insult. No.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I said 225 off camera, alright? So if he does that.
I think I could. Yeah, I think I'd be cool for anywhere between 200 and 220.
Alright.
Somewhere there. It depends. Like if it feels really good off the floor, then I'll pull. If I pull 200 to start, and that feels sweet, then I'll go to 220.
Yeah.
I like big jumps. I'd rather just go big jumps.
A deadlift too.
220.
Deadlift, you can take big risks on a deadlift.
Yeah. And if I only get 3, I get 3.
Well,
Yeah.
Nah, it should be all right.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. Just bounce it, man. Just really.
Well, that's what I'm just banking on. It's like not a stiff landing out there. When it's a stiff landing, it just it halts you. It takes like 5 kilos off your power every time you touch the floor. Whereas if you get good bounce, it gives you 5 kilos.
It'll slip on the mats and just skid off.
Yeah, I was going to
Nah.
say, the mats are quite damp, aren't they?
But typically, whenever there's a crowd around, I usually pull a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
I would get behind you. Do you have anything to add, or should we jump straight into these questions?
Let's do some questions.
Alright, so we asked Instagram some questions.
Oh yeah.
Like we said with the girls, one of them is not going to get asked. So if you want the inside scoop on that one, message Danny Ford. Okay?
Wow.
Just
Controversial?
not controversial, we just don't want to get cancelled when we're not even 20 episodes in.
Okay, wait, well, we won't answer, but tell us what the question was.
Tell us
Is
offline.
it from who's
Thing
the
is,
person
it was
from?
probably more we couldn't ask the girls it.
Yeah.
We could probably risk it with you guys.
Alright, let's go.
How long? And we're gonna drop this. It's an awkward one. So it's Mary Kill.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. But we have to. They're asking us.
Oh, which one of us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Yes. Answer.
Answer.
Now, I've thought about this a lot.
To be fair, since you want to go for it, we had the same answer in the car.
Okay, perfect.
We put it around the car. All right.
Go.
Please marry him. Just please
Now you're
marry him.
marrying Royce. He's a family man.
Oh, I'm so honored.
I see that.
I'm so flattered.
So I'm getting on one knee for you.
Put him out of his misery, the poor man.
Look. Sorry, bro. Out of the two, Bayley.
Don't tell me.
Bailey's paddler.
I don't need to finish it, but I'm killing Bayley. Okay.
Yes, he's a businessman.
Yes.
He's got money.
I get all the pleasure.
He's a good-looking lad, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's freaking go.
To be
And
fair,
we're also staying in the same room, so
Hey,
That's, oh, yeah.
my bad. It's a double.
Yeah.
Hey. But then, tell us your answers for the girls now.
no. My partner watches us, so
Yeah.
it's none of them.
your partner,
Yeah.
Good answer.
It's none of them.
his partner was in the
Kill all
back
of them,
seat
mate.
when that question
When
came
that question
through.
came through, she was in the back seat, and she's like,
Who?
What do you reckon, Matt? And I was like,
Nah.
turn the music up.
Yeah.
No.
Kill all of them.
There's no, yeah, kill all of them. Yeah.
They're all dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what they say? Women, you can't live with them.
Yeah.
Next
Hey, you
question.
dropped me in it. You better be answering this.
What?
The same question. Or did you have the same answer?
I had
How
the
do
same
you
answer.
follow that? How do you follow that with any other question?
Yeah.
He had the
that's
same
right.
answer. All right.
Okay.
Question.
There is a really good one here, actually.
Okay, let's go.
Does Royce have Rich Froning as a contact in his phone? If so, FaceTime him and prove it.
Well, I do, but I can't FaceTime him because it's like 2 a.m. in Cookville.
You'll be alright.
But I can show you I can show you some texts from him.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I had a follow-up on that. What's the most famous person in your guys' contacts?
Famous in my contacts. Let me have a think here.
What's the metric for how famous someone is?
Well, it's the CrossFit podcast, so.
Probably.
But if you want to go,
Probably.
like, if you've got Ben Affleck in your contacts, I'm pretty sure we'll.
Nah, probably Tia.
Tia? Okay. Bayley? Hang on, back that up.
Because I know Royce, I've got Rich Froning in my contacts as well. Yeah, let me call him that.
It'd be a two-way tie between Tia and Rich, I guess.
Okay.
They're both.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both pretty damn famous in CrossFit now.
I'd say so.
Yeah, I got
they've won a few.
some texts here from Rich. The last probably proper conversation I had with him was telling him that Swanee had blown his elbow out. We're going to be medically discharged from the games.
Oh, really?
And he was like, "Man, that sucks. Come on down to the campground and hang out."
Yeah.
So we went down to the campground and spent the rest of the games kind of hanging out there with the Mayhem crew, and then we went into the Coliseum and watched Bayley smash some workouts live. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So it was bittersweet. Obviously, we didn't get to finish the CrossFit Games, but the kind of the crappy thing was that we weren't going to be able to watch Bayley and vice versa. Because we were all competing. But yeah, getting to watch him in the Coliseum live was pretty awesome. Yeah. Especially on that intervals workout where he smashed it. So, yeah. So to answer your question, yes, I do have Rich in there, but I wouldn't FaceTime the poor bugger at like whatever it is, 2 a.m. in Cookville right now.
Sweet as.
Friends anymore. Royce,
Bayley, you call.
Yeah, he'll be like, he'll come up with a random number.
if he's smart, if he's smart, he has like the do not disturb set up.
Yeah. All right, this one for just today's team. Out of you three, who's calling the shots? Who's the top dog?
Royce always has the best game plan, so I just follow whatever Royce says.
I have suggestions. It's very democratic.
So just not Bayley then. All right. Is that what we're getting out of that?
Yeah, I mean, Bailey's pretty happy-go-lucky, Bailey's pretty dependable. He can just do whatever we don't want to do.
Yeah.
I guess technically it's probably me calling the shots only because I'm the one that wants to do like the least.
And I like it like that too because I'm happy to go with the flow.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to go with the flow than have an idea that sucks.
Yeah.
You know.
Like you say it and no one says anything?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to do that.
Yeah, we don't have to do that. But no, I'm always happy to go with the flow. And I feel the thing with teams is I feel like if there's a consensus across the board, no matter what the consensus is, even if it's a worse game plan, but everyone's on board with it, that's a better plan than everyone being a little bit, I'm not sure about that.
100%. That's so true.
I'd prefer to do cohesive team is always best team, even if you're less fit.
Yeah.
I might be making this up, but I'm pretty sure that's like a like an axiom of like special forces or like all those kinds of things. It's like if the team's doing something, even if it's the wrong thing, if you're all on board, it's the right thing.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse than the team fracturing.
Yeah, doing the wrong thing together is always the right thing.
Correct. Yeah. And that might not be an actual military thing, but I've definitely heard that spoken. I wouldn't be surprised if someone could confirm in the comments if that's not like a true thing they teach you. Like, do it wrong together.
Yeah.
Don't one person has the right idea, but no one's on board with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard out.
Sweet as. I got a good one. You can probably answer this. You've competed against a lot of them. In your opinion, and you can all answer this, but in your opinion, the greatest team in CrossFit history, and it's specifying the teams of 4, so we don't have to go back to the teams of 6. So CrossFit Games history, the best male, female team.
Oh yeah, I'll answer that. Rob Forte,
Yeah.
Cara Saunders, Tia Toomey, and James Newbury.
Yeah, let's go.
Best of all time.
They won the Invitational, so they beat the best of all the best teams, right?
Yeah.
They all trained for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
I heard it. Yeah, that's true actually.
I mean, that was
worldwide.
That was definitely like an amazing team, and obviously they haven't had an invitational since then. So Australia, world champions, undefeated for 6 years running.
I think they should bring it back though.
They have to,
You did
especially
say,
when Rich hears this, he'll be like texting Dave, be like, "Bring back invitational right now."
Yeah.
New Zealand did have an appearance. We had Kev Manuel.
Yeah.
Big
One
Kev.
year.
Yeah.
And if it came back, Bayley would be in there.
Yeah, literally. That
Well,
was,
after that performance.
I remember I was telling Bayley before the games, I was like, you know, it'd be a good goal, man. I was like, get in the top 2 from our region at the games. If they ever bring the invitational back,
Yeah,
that's how it worked.
Yeah.
Top 2 Americans in order, top 2 Canadians, top 2 Europeans, top 2 Oceanic.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you'll be in, and that'll be so sick.
Yeah,
Who would
it's
it
a
be?
vibe.
Jay,
You.
me, and then
Ellie, but she's injured.
Ellie
But it would be Ellie.
and Jamie. Yeah.
And Jamie, but she's also injured.
Yeah.
So it'd be M,
So-
and they'd have to grab like whoever the coach was going to be, which would be Tia.
Tia.
And then Tia would be in.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be a mean team.
The first workout, swim.
yeah.
That is a lineup right there.
But
I'll be
Tia,
swimming
M,
on Tia's
and Tia, M, and Jay could tow you and then win the
Yeah,
swim.
I'll be on Tia's back being like,
Tia was obviously like undefeated in swim workouts. M used to be, still is a lifeguard and like a national
Competitive
champion,
swimmer,
competitive
yeah.
swimmer. And Jay's pretty handy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bayley's pretty good.
I'm good at cleaning.
He's a water
I should say
cheater.
that.
Bailey,
Give him a 50-meter pool.
Bailey's had
Smoke
mixed
anyone.
results in a pool. Yeah.
I'll cheer them on.
You can be the coxswain
Hey,
in a
he's
swim.
the best
Go
New
on.
Zealander in the pool that I know of.
Yeah. Well.
Best New Zealand male in the pool. I forgot about Marty. Best New Zealand male in the pool.
You should come to team. You should come to nationals more often. Then I've seen Bailey get. Anyway,
Hang on, 1 sec.
2 more questions left.
Damn, I'm back.
I'll go with this one. So this one comes from J Boy. Best tip for a person starting out CrossFit and hoping to be at a competitive level one day.
Best tip,
Yeah.
like all time, is my number 1 tip is consistency. You just want to be good, be consistent in the gym. And if you're taking days off just because something else seems more flashy and fun, you probably won't be that good. But if you're consistent in the gym every day, that's probably the best thing you can do.
Yep, that's a good tip.
My tip, we covered it on our podcast a little bit too. My tip is you got to enjoy it. Don't rate your enjoyment of it by your performance in it. Like, I'm having fun when I'm winning local comps or whatever. Enjoy the actual training. Enjoy what you're doing. When it's a crap workout for you, enjoy the fact that you are working on the thing you need to work on. If that's your worst movement, you get better by improving your weaknesses than you would by pushing your strengths up a little bit more. Like, enjoy it. Literally, have fun. Then you will be consistent. You will be around for 5-10 years, and you'll have a much higher chance of making any kind of achievement from that.
Yeah. Oh, good. Did he steal your one?
Well, I got one.
Okay.
It'd probably be don't compare your chapter 1 in the sport to someone's chapter 10.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's deep.
That's
That's
good.
That's deep.
A lot of people do that. They look at you and they go, "Oh, you're so good at this. You're so good at that." It's like, but I was like you when I started. I just was consistent.
And now I'm better than you, so kiss my ring.
Yeah. But lots of people do it, and they still don't learn. It's just like just stay in your own lane, and then you'll be there one day. Because like it's easy to get good fast, but then like when you get like to a certain level, it's hard to slowly progress.
It's
more.
low hanging fruit when you're that high level. It's low hanging.
You catch the
Yeah.
field fast.
Yeah.
You catch the field fast.
Yeah.
You don't need to be doing twice as much as someone to get there. You catch up to them easy, and then everyone's pushing 1% more each season.
Yeah. 1% better.
And even just to piggyback of what Bailey's saying, like he's right. It might take someone 12 months to get good, and someone else 36 months to get good. It doesn't matter. Like if the goal is to be good, it shouldn't matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
Don't quit it 12 months because you're not exactly as good as the guy who started the same week as you. It doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't. Like, there's no reward, there's no medal at the CrossFit Games for who's been training the longest. It doesn't matter. It's only results on the table. So if it takes you longer, it takes you longer. If you care enough, you won't mind.
Yeah. How good. What a way to end.
I think, I've heard Matt Fraser say something along the lines of, everybody's working hard in the gym. It's what you do outside of the gym is your nutrition, it's your recovery. Like how much of an importance do you put on these things outside of the gym that aren't as flashy as doing the work?
Tell your story, Bailey, sports dietitian.
Yeah, I feel like you have to do everything you can. Like you can't force it. I didn't force it. It just slowly happened. So I didn't just go, right, I need a nutritionist, I need to do that, I need like ice bath, sauna. Kind of just happened. It was like, right, how can I get better? Okay, my recovery's bad. Okay, I need to sleep better. Ice bath, sauna. That's what I did. And then my eating wasn't that good. So then I went and seen the sports dietitian, and then that helped me. I didn't just do everything right. I need this, and this, and this, and then you try and do all at once, and then you just nothing happens.
Yeah.
I kind of just like slowly were like, okay, I need that to get 1% better, and then I need that to get 1% better. I didn't just. It all kind of like fell into place, sort of thing. I didn't like rush into doing everything that I could to like be better.
To your point, low-hanging fruit first, right? Get the low-hanging fruit. Who cares about 1% if you haven't even got the 90% yet? But once you got the 90%, then you get the next 1%. And when you've actually got that, like you can't sauna one time. When you got a regular routine of saunaing and you hydrate enough to train the next day, and it fits into your routine, it feels good. Okay, that's ticked off. Now add the next thing. And then now the next, you know what I mean? Like Bailey's right. You don't just do everything all at once and be like, oh, now I've got 100%. Because you maybe don't react well to sauna. Maybe like after you sauna, the next day your training goes to crap. So you have to build this stuff into your routine the same way you do with your training.
No, you're right. Don't stress at all. You're fine. I don't want Joe Swallow on my
Best part of the podcast.
Like all these extra things have always been a big, important part of my lifestyle outside of training anyway, because the way that I feel about getting fit and being good on the floor is I want to be as healthy as I possibly can, because I never wanted to sacrifice my longevity to not be able to surf, not be able to mountain bike, not be able to run when I'm 60 years old for a gold medal. That never interested me. So doing sauna was just as much a part of wanting to increase VO2 max, increase my oxygen transport, just as much as it would help my cells recover so I could live longer and happier and healthier. Same thing with nutrition. Like I don't feel good eating shit, so I don't want to eat like shit. And I know that if my cells are healthier, my brain is functioning better, I'm getting better sleep, I'm a better person day to day, and that's all I really want to be. And if you do those things, yes, it's massive benefit for performance on the field too. Like, get as healthy as possible. It's like kind of like what they say when you're driving a Ferrari, you're not going to fill it with shit fuel. The thing is, I always think about that. I feel so much better, more alive, smarter, more articulate. I'm a better person to my close friends and family, and I'm throw down better on the floor. Even if I just hone that and train a little bit less, for me, that suits my lifestyle at the moment. And if I want to ramp up training, I know that the foundational support, the sleep, the nutrition, the hydration, the friendship circles I have would support being out on the floor and throwing down hard. But if the foundation isn't there, then what's the point? So yes, it's a huge part of it.
No, that's good.
That's awesome. There is one more question, but I'm just going to rephrase it a little bit. And I know we've got two Mayhem athletes, but real simple.
No, only one.
Oh,
Quick underdogs, man.
Correction.
Sorry, Justin.
We have one Mayhem athlete.
He's gonna be mad at me.
No. You corrected him, bro. It's fine.
Redacted.
I was like, is David me?
It's just a man.
But non-biased, calculated answer. Who is the greatest of all time between, on the men's side, we got Rich Froning, Matt Fraser, any other picks?
Jordan.
Ooh.
It is the Jordan LeBron debate, isn't it?
Very much.
It's like stats versus like impact. It's like style versus like mechanics. Like Matt has the most titles, right? He has the most titles. It's that simple.
Well, he's the most individual.
It's the most individual titles. You're right, exactly. And I think that's probably my main point as to why I think Rich is the greatest. Is that he did what he did individually, and he called the retirement. People forget this. He called his retirement before the 14 games. Heading into the regionals, he said, "This is my last year individually." He wasn't scared off by who was there. When people said, "Oh, he quit before he could get beaten or whatever," he was calling it before he went in. He knew it was his last year, no matter what. Didn't matter how it went down or who was close to him, whatever. He did pretty much achieve everything he thought he needed to. Like, he could have gone for a 5th, but he just thought 4 is good enough. What's the point? And then he managed to back it up with 6 more years of first on a team, which is important, that you can lead a team to victory, because obviously then in a team, Rich can't win it himself. But he has to take his team there, so that he had a I guess a bigger impact on the people around him, and it's an intangible. But to keep it short, I vote Rich.
Yeah, look, I think Rich too. A couple of reasons, and I'll keep it super short because we're about to go pull a 5RM deadlift in 6 minutes.
5-minute call.
The reason the way I look at it is Rich finished on the level that he was at, but he set the standard. I feel like he probably, this is not taking away anything from Ben. I think he would have won in 2015.
I have to agree.
And I also 100%. Think he would have come close to winning this year at the level of fitness that he is at now,
I have to agree.
which I don't think Matt could do right now either. So in terms of longevity in the sport and OG and whatever it may be, legend of the sport, I think Rich takes the cake. I think if you were to take a peak Matt Fraser, like say 2017 or 2018 Matt Fraser, or even 16, you chucked Rich in the 16 field, I think Matt probably would have beat him then, but I think it could have toed and froed over the years if they kept going at the same time.
Exactly.
So it's hard to say, but you know what, I think Rich.
The reason you can't compare eras too is like Matt came up in a time when Zone 2 was a thing, trained in the CGO, you trained smart, you had rest days. Like Rich was like, Rich kind of wrote the book when Rich was starting. It was just like barbell cycling every day to your arms full up. Like, they didn't swim because swimming wasn't in the CrossFit Games yet, and all this stuff. Like, it was like, if Rich could go back to the start of, he said this himself, if I go back to the start of my career and do what I know now, he'd be a different athlete. His trajectory would be different too. And who's to say a peak Rich? What's a true peak Rich? You know what I mean? It's not 32 years old. It's him when he's 26, but with the same knowledge and resources that
without having to pioneer.
8-year-old Matt had.
Pioneer the program.
There's a battle.
Well, we're seeing it with Bayley right now.
So. Well, I feel like it's like
what would peak Rich look like? He's sitting right next to me.
You're going to see it.
So it's like me comparing, like, am I better than James and Royce? You can't, because like back in, like, I wasn't competing in 2017. Like, I can't. I can't.
Yeah, when James was winning the regional, Bayley was like still in school.
Like.
So obviously James would have beaten him.
If he was like, if James,
James
was peaked
better,
now and Royce was peaked, they probably would be beating me. You just don't know because we're in different eras.
That's why I like to say, like, the GOAT thing comes down to impact, and I feel like Rich had the better impact on the sport. The greater lasting impact, and so that's why I think it's Rich, because you can't compare eras.
Fair enough. So we'll all agree that Rich.
We love you, Rich.
We'll move on.
All
right.
Subscribe, Rich.
Fellas,
like, swipe up, subscribe.
All of the above.
We'll wrap it up there.
Boys, thank you so much for sitting down.
Our pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. How good. All right.
Up the wires on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Up the
Hey!
wires.